password, then press pound.
I'm going to check my voicemail.
You have 2 saved messages. Saved message as a neighbor. You are eligible to receive a free wireless home security system. There is no cost for equipment or installation, and the system is monitored by your local police, fire, and medical. You must be a homeowner to take advantage of this special offer. If you're interested in having the system installed at no cost to you, then please press 1 now. Once again, please press 1 now. Otherwise, please press 2 to be removed from our calling list. Message saved. Saved message from your neighbor. You are eligible to receive a free wireless
Another
security
voicemail.
system. There is no cost for equipment or installation, and the system is monitored by your local police, fire, and medical. You must be a homeowner to take advantage of this special offer. If you're interested in having the system installed at no cost to you, then please press 1 now. Once again, please press 1 now. Otherwise...
See, these programs, these depopulation programs, are ran by pretty much the elite, those that have stable jobs. So you're being followed mostly by people in your community that are homeowners, and the system pretty much gives them a free camera which they can place outside your house, and it'll be monitoring all your actions. So you can be living on the 5th floor of a condo and just be getting a suntan and being watched without you knowing it, and this information is shared with your neighbors. So I'm someone with no sex, drugs, or violence charges. I haven't been a gun owner since, gosh, it's been more than 20 years almost. Don't associate with no religious groups or movements. So it's odd. It's very, very odd that I'm starting to see people involved in these community groups operating out of community centers. Recently I went to get my driver's license and noticed people there giving me this look like, oh my God, they recognized me. And 2 of these people I did recognize, that they had actually been involved in some stalking towards me. So they're operating through community centers. A lot of times you have all these homeowners and all these business owners that are part of the middle class and upper middle class that have stable jobs, stable employment. A lot of them are Freemasons, Shriners, Elks Lodge. There's so many different groups. So all these people, they can relate, they can connect with each other because they have money. So a lot of times those that are involved in community policing really do not have nothing. So what happens is a lot of these people go to a doctor and they report depression or stress, and they can become targeted through these groups under, I guess, health codes. So now it's like, hey, we want to help people in our community, but let me ask you, how are you helping people in your community if you are just harassing people, yelling at them, screaming at them, hacking their computers? I've actually placed cameras outside my house, and I had a computer getting hacked, and then eventually went down, and a lady got behind me while I was cleaning my car, and she stood there with a computer, and she was right across the street from me. And I was wondering why every time I came outside, I was being stalked by people wearing certain colors and certain clothes, similar to what Citizens Corps wears. So I started putting 2 and 2 together, reading about the COPS program from DOG, the TIPS hotline, and at one time I used to be an activist, and I spoke against the Southern Poverty Law Center naming men's rights groups as a hate group, because I'm not a part of a men's rights group, and just because I'm a men's rights activist that supports housing rights for minorities and veterans, I should not be considered a threat to no one, because I'm not a threat to no one. And then I had received a pen from a person that worked at the World Trade Center, and there was a company that left the World Trade Center like a week or 2 before the bombing. I never pointed fingers at no race, but I guess now if you mention anything that concerns a particular race, you can be labeled as a bigot. And this is what's even more interesting, is that the ADL, the Southern Poverty Law Center, have a history of spying on Americans. So what gets me is, how do these organizations operate under a non-profit exemption, and they're able to spy on Americans? And this has been done. This has been proven, and now these organizations are tied to Department of Homeland Security and all these organizations. So we have regular nonprofits doing the work of our national security agencies. Isn't this insane? So what's happening is that A lot of people are getting the wrong diagnosis. As a matter of fact, I'm working on get some things changed, because I have a lot of professionals saying that I was given a faulty diagnosis by a traveling doctor from Washington, D.C. They came all the way down to Florida. And then there's proof of other stuff here, too, now, of organizations. Most of these people are Freemasons, active duty military, retired military, and they're getting into these fusion centers and these neighborhood watch groups. And when people are targeted, or there's something said about them that's bad or whatever, these people are being targeted and harassed all throughout the community. So I made a lot of mistakes a long time ago, but I was never a sex offender, a rapist, a killer, a murderer, a drug dealer. I got in trouble when I was like 20-something, like 20 years old. Now I'm 39, about getting close to 40. So I've been like 20 years just busting my ass trying to get certifications, get back to work. I don't really know anyone. My life changed once I decided to live on the straight and narrow path. So I've been systematically terrorized. And when I confront these people and tell them to please stop harassing me, the harassment gets worse. So isn't it something that I've actually documented harassment through an organization called Citizens Corps? And I'm receiving phone calls to receive a free camera which gives EMS, fire departments, and police the ability to watch when I go in and out my house. So it's a good thing. I'm glad that we do have these agencies, the NSA, the FBI, all these agencies that are watching over us. They are needed, and they are a great asset to our country, because they're actually watching over us, making sure that we are okay. They've actually prevented some attacks from what I've heard. So it's great that these organizations exist, and I hope they get bigger, a lot bigger. Now, sure, I don't approve of having seeing cameras every single where I go, but if it's necessary, it's necessary. It can reduce crime. It can make neighborhoods safer. So I think it's an excellent tool to combat crime. But what I don't find ethical is when these systems are used, when these groups are used to target people because maybe they're a Christian preacher and they're against homosexuality. Or say you're a Republican and you believe in men being able to raise a family and stuff like that, and in turn you are labeled as a someone that hates women or feminist, and you're placed on a list because you believe in family values. And that's what it's coming down to. Eventually we're going to see more of this stuff, where we even see pastors targeted, where we see just regular Joes targeted because they're pro-life. They don't own a gun, they're not dangerous, they're not part of a Muslim group, they're not interested in harming no one, like these people that target people. They carry guns sometimes. They get all their friends and family to terrorize people. So what's going on is that we have these fusion centers and government agencies releasing our information to nonprofit organizations, people in these groups like Citizens Corps, and they have a lot of other splinter groups and associations connected to these groups. And what they do is they all get your information, and their friends, their families, their people in their lodges and their clubs, they all start to target you. So there's times that a person can be targeted by hundreds, if not thousands of people in a day, because some of these communities have hundreds, if not thousands of people in them. So there's an endless amount of resources. So when you look at that recording and you see that if you're a homeowner, you can be given a free camera, it's quite clear that all this gang stalking is being done pretty much by the middle class. So the poor people are being targeted because of our system's inability to provide jobs which allow all people to be able to rent in a ghetto. Our system's it has all types of flaws, but it's the best country to live in. We have less flaws than other countries, but when it comes as far as the poor and those that speak out against brutality and unethical behavior, the poor normally get targeted really, really bad because they normally don't have a lot of connections. The people in the system that are part of all these security agencies are predominantly white, and that's a growing trend to get Hindus in because a lot of them with experience in the IT field. So the gang stalking is pretty much a war against the poor, and it's not always the case. They do target middle class and rich people too. They don't like what they're saying, but America was built on freedom of speech, having rights. And it's one thing to place someone under surveillance, but it's another thing to harass that person. You really don't know a person unless you really communicate with them. And I can personally tell you that through over 20 years of being harassed and gang stalked that I maybe have spoken to one of these people for 2 or 3 minutes at the max, and then I'm gone. They've never sought to try to encourage me to go somewhere, help me get a job. It's always been, how can I harass this person? How can I destroy your life? How can they promote terrorism? And that's what it's really getting down to, is that these people in these groups, when you're labeled as bad, they see, never mind, like, I have to help the community, and I have to get my friends and their friends and their friends to get into this. So what happens is that DHS and all these organizations a lot of times have no idea how much this person is being harassed, and in turn it's leading to serious problems in our community that eventually are going to be linked straight to the people behind it, our whole system. So it's a serious problem going on in America, where people are being targeted for nothing more than sharing their political belief or exposing something, not accusing no one, but saying, hey, there's, what's going on here? Why is this going on? Or why is that going on? It doesn't matter if it's Puerto Rican, white, black, or whatever. Just exposing something. It shouldn't make you a bigot if it was a certain race. 'Cause I'm not talking about people's race in general, just topics. So if people are going to harass me and terrorize me, I figure I should just be able to speak my mind and be able to share what I want, because it's part of being an American. If someone's harassing me, I feel like I need to share it with people. I feel like I deserve the right to be able to live in this country, considering all the many years of work I've been educating myself. And I'm still striving to become a better person and have what I feel I deserve in life. And I don't feel like just because I share my opinion I should be terrorized. It's just how I feel. Peace.